Happy New Year! It's a fresh start, a clean slate, and you know what that means? A massive day of football to kick off 2026. If you're wondering where those crucial points are going to be won and lost, well, you are in exactly the right place. We've crunched all the numbers and broken down the expert tips for the big New Year's Day fixtures. So, let's dive right in.
This is it, right? This is the question every single fan is asking themselves. Is your team about to deliver a dream start to the year, grab those vital 3 points? Or are you in for one of those classic holiday headaches? We've all been there. So here's what we're going to do. We've gone through all the expert predictions for a huge day of action, covering both the Premier League and the Championship. We're not just going to look at the scores, but more importantly, we're going to dig into the why behind each and every tip.
Okay, let's get things started in the top flight. We've got 4 absolutely massive fixtures to break down, and we're going to kick it all off with a classic London derby.
Right, this slide gives us a perfect tale of 2 very different matches. First up, you've got Crystal Palace versus Fulham. This one is being tipped for a really cagey 1-1 draw. And it makes sense, right? Both are solid, mid-table teams that really focus on defensive structure. So a tactical stalemate feels, well, pretty likely. Then you look at Liverpool versus Leeds. Totally different story. The experts are backing a comfortable 2-0 win for Liverpool at Anfield. They are in formidable form. And with Leeds missing key players in the middle of the park, the thinking is that the Reds will simply have way too much quality and control.
Moving on to our next 2 games, and look at that, another predicted draw in a London derby. Brentford versus Tottenham is tipped for a 1-1 scoreline, and you can totally see why. Both of these teams are fantastic going forward, but, let's be honest, they've shown some real defensive weaknesses lately. It just has all the ingredients for goals at both ends, doesn't it? Meanwhile, Sunderland are facing a monumental test against Manchester City, and while the newly promoted side have been tough to beat at home, City's sheer quality, especially with a fit and firing Haaland leading the line, well, that should be the difference maker. A hard-fought 2-1 away win is the prediction there.
All right, let's drop down a division into the notoriously unpredictable Championship. Believe me, the stakes here are just as high. You've got teams chasing that Premier League dream and others just fighting to survive. The action is always relentless.
First up, in the Championship, Bristol City are heavily fancied for a 2-0 home win against Portsmouth. City's form at Ashton Gate has been just formidable as they push for the playoffs, while Portsmouth have been pretty poor on their travels and are missing their main goal threat. Then you've got Charlton versus Coventry, where the prediction is a professional 2-0 away win for Coventry. The Sky Blues are one of the hottest teams in the league right now, and Charlton's recent defensive struggles, well, they make them prime candidates to be picked off.
And these final 2 Championship games, they could be absolute crackers. Derby versus Middlesbrough has all the makings of a New Year's Day thriller. Both teams have basically been throwing caution to the wind lately, and it's led to some really high-scoring games. A 2-2 draw seems like a very plausible outcome. And finally, Ipswich are expected to continue their relentless push for automatic promotion with a 2-0 win over Oxford United. Their form at Portman Road has been simply imperious, and you've got to think they'll be looking to lay down a marker for the second half of the season.
So, that's the detailed breakdown of all the key fixtures. Now, how about we run through a quick-fire recap of all 8 predictions? Here are the scorelines you need to be looking out for.
Okay, here we go. Your full New Year's Day cheat sheet. Crystal Palace 1, Fulham 1. Liverpool 2, Leeds 0. Brentford 1, Tottenham 1. Sunderland 1, Manchester City 2. And in the Championship, Bristol City 2, Portsmouth 0. Charlton 0, Coventry 2. Derby 2, Middlesbrough 2. And to finish it off, Ipswich 2, Oxford United 0.
And of course, with all these predictions flying around, there's one piece of advice that is more important than any of them. Whether you're having a friendly bet with your mates or just enjoying the games, always remember to play responsibly.
But here's the thing. We all know what football is like. It absolutely loves to tear up the script. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Looking at that list of predictions, which result is just destined to be the big New Year's Day upset? I would love to hear what you think. Thanks for joining me, and enjoy the football.